Hello everyone, my name is Jay Mamungay, leader of Group 7. Our topic is Biodiversity and the Healthy Society. So let's start. What is biodiversity? Biodiversity, like Walter G. Rosin in 1986, refers to the diverse life form found in the biosphere, including unicellular fungi, bacteria, and plants. Interdependence of all living things, making it a vital life support for human survival. As defined in convention that initiated the study of biological diversity at Rio de Janeiro sa Brazil in 1992, that was actively attended by 154 countries. Ang biodiversity ay pagkakaiba ng mga buhay na organismo mula sa lahat ng pinagmumulan, kabilang terrestrial, marine at iba pang aquatic ecosystem at ang mga ecological complex kung saan bahagi ang lugar. Kabilang dito ang pagkakaiba sa loob ng mga species sa pagitan ng mga species at ecosystem. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, in short IUCN, in 1998, ang biodiversity ang pagkakaiba ng mga species ay ang kanilang populasyon, anyo ng buhay, komplikadong kaugnayan sa mga species sa kanilang pagkikipag-ugnayan at ang kanilang ecological na proseso na pagkaka-impluensya sa perform. In the next topic, I will be presenting a short video about the three types of biodiversity and the interaction of those three.
Welcome to Moo Math and Science. In this video, I'd like to talk about biodiversity. Biodiversity is the variety of life in an area, which is determined by the number of species in that area. It's the totality of genes, species, and ecosystems of a region. As biodiversity increases, so does the health of the ecosystem increase. Think of it as if you were running a business. You want your business to be healthy and make money. Imagine you sell shirts. If you only sold a black shirt with a heart on it, you are limited. And if these shirts go out of style, then you're out of business. If you have a variety of shirts, as the fashion style changes, you are better able to adapt to these changes and continue to make money. As biodiversity increases, the ecosystem has a greater ability to adapt to changes. Biodiversity can be broken down into three types: genetic diversity, species diversity, and ecosystem diversity. Genetic diversity is the variety of genes which control inheritable characteristics that are present in a population or species. For example, ladybugs come in a variety of colors. The color is controlled by genes. This gives the species of ladybugs a greater chance of surviving as the environmental conditions change. Think of the variety of dogs. The different shape or color of dogs are controlled by genes and either increase or decrease genetic diversity. Greater genetic diversity increases the odds of survival of a species or population as the ecosystem changes. Species diversity is the number of species and the relative abundance of each species in a community. Take a look at the variety of mushrooms collected from a particular forest. Notice how many different species are found in this area. This habitat would represent an area of a high species of diversity. As species diversity increases, most likely the health of the ecosystem increases. And finally, ecosystem diversity is the variation in the ecosystems found in a region or the variation in ecosystems over the whole planet. It is a measure of the variety of biotic and abiotic factors present in an ecosystem. Rainforests usually have a high ecosystem diversity, and deserts or polar regions usually have a low ecosystem diversity. So there you go, biodiversity, genetic, species, and ecosystems. And as these three increase, then most likely the health of the ecosystem also increases. Thanks for watching, and Moo Math uploads a new math or science video every day.
Everyone, my name is Emerson Renan Hill and I am going to read about the distribution of biodiversity. Biodiversity. The variety of life on Earth is distributed unevenly across the planet, influenced by various factors such as climate, geography, and human activity. Here's a brief overview of its distribution. Number 1. Tropical regions. Tropical areas, particularly rainforests, harbor is the highest level of biodiversity on the planet. Countries like Brazil, Indonesia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo are biodiversity hotspots. Number 2. Marine biodiversity. Coral reefs, estuaries, and coastal areas are rich in marine biodiversity. These ecosystems support a vast array of species including fish, invertebrates, and marine mammals. Number 3. Terrestrial biodiversity. Terrestrial biodiversity also significant in temperate forests, grasslands, and wetlands. Regions such as Amazon Basin, the Congo Basin, and Southeast Asia are renowned for their terrestrial biodiversity. Number 4. Island biodiversity. Islands, despite their small size, often boast high levels of endemic species due to isolation. Examples include the Galapagos Islands and Madagascar, known for their unique flora and fauna. Number 5. Human impact. Human activities such as deforestation, habitat destruction, pollution, and climate change are major threats to biodiversity worldwide. Conservation efforts, including protected areas and sustainable practices, are crucial for preserving biodiversity hotspots and ensuring the survival of countless species. Understanding the distribution of biodiversity is essential for conservation efforts, as it allows us to prioritize areas for protection and management, thereby safeguarding the delicate balance of life on Earth.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Charlotte G. Astorco. I discuss biodiversity hotspots. Biodiversity hotspots make up less than 3% of Earth's land surface and refers to regions that are both rich with life and at high risk for destruction. Maraming mga rehiyon na ito ay mga hotspots na biodiversity. Mga lugar na malawak na nakadama ng buhay at may malawak pang karamdaman ng paghihirap. Biodiversity hotspots make up about 2.3% of Earth's land surface, but 44% of world's plants and 35% of land vertebrates live in this region. Maligaya ang maraming mga planeta sa isang biodiversity hotspots dahil hindi sila nakikita sa ibang bahagi ng mundo. Yet, biodiversity hotspots are, by definition, in a conservation crisis. To be classified as a biodiversity hotspots, a region must have lost at least 70% of its original natural vegetation, usually due to human activity. May mas marami pa sa 30 na pinapermang biodiversity hotspots sa buong mundo.
Good day everyone. My name is Joselito Entrondina and I will discussing biodiversity of balance of nature. Biodiversity of balance of nature. Biodiversity plays a crucial role in balancing nature in several ways. Firstly, a diverse range of species help to maintain ecosystem. Different species play different roles in an ecosystem, such as pollination, decomposition of nutrient cycling of one species declines or disappear. It can have cascading effect on the entire ecosystem. Secondly, diversity can contribute to resilience in the face of environmental change. Ecosystem with higher biodiversity may be better able to adapt to disturbances such as climate change, disease outbreak, or invasive species. Furthermore, biodiversity can also enhance ecosystem productivity. A greater variety of plant species, for example, can lead to more efficient nutrients use and higher overall productivity. Overall, diversity is important for maintaining the health of balance of natural system. Prevention is essential for the being of both ecosystem and human society.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Charlotte Estorco. I discuss the benefits of biodiversity. Biodiversity, comprising genes, species, and ecosystems, provides society with diverse range of goods and services, including consumptive, non-consumptive, and ecological services. Consumptive value refers to non-market worth of resources that are consumed directly. Kabilang dito ang food or drinks, fuel, medicine, better crop varieties, at industrial materials. Non-consumptive value include natural resources like recreation and education. Ecological services support our health, social, cultural, and economic needs, and community sustainability depends on conserving these services. They balance nature, promote biological productivity, regulate climate degree waste, clean air and water, cycle nutrients, and stabilize land. However, threats to biodiversity exist, and ecoparks can serve natural recreational activities. Some plants and animals are considered scared in religious cultures.
This second topic is all about threats to biodiversity. Biodiversity faces grave threats from human activities, environmental changes, and natural phenomena. These are the possible threats to biodiversity. Number 1. Habitat loss. Urbanization, agriculture, and infrastructure development destroy habitats, diminishing space for species. Number 2. Climate change. Human-induced global warming disrupts ecosystems, altering habitats and endangering species. Number 3. Pollution. Industrial discharge, agricultural runoff, and plastic waste harm terrestrial and aquatic organisms. Number 4. Overexploitation. Unsustainable fishing, hunting, and deforestation deplete population and disrupt ecosystems. Number 5. Invasive species. Non-native species outcompete natives, prey upon them, or introduce diseases, altering ecosystems. Number 6. Land use changes. Converting natural habitats into agricultural or urban areas reduce wildlife, space, and genetic diversity. Number 7. Illegal wildlife trade. Poaching and trafficking threaten species with extinction and fuel organized crime. Number 8. Human population growth. Increasing demands for resources drive deforestation, habitat destruction, and pollution. Addressing these threats requires local, national, and global efforts such as habitat protection, sustainable resources management, conservation education, policy intervention, and international cooperation. Protecting biodiversity is crucial for ecosystem health, human well-being, and planetary sustainability.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniel D. Villamil and I will discuss the recent issues on biodiversity entitled the 2010 Gulf of Mexico Deepwater Horizon Oil Spill. On April 20, 2010, an explosion occurred on the Deepwater Horizon drilling platform in the Gulf of Mexico. The explosion, which killed 11 men, 17 people injured, caused the rig to sink and started a catastrophic oil leak from the well. 14 years after the Gulf of Mexico oil spill, endemic fishes face an uncertain future. A study investigating the impact on endemic fish species found 29 out of 78 species unreported in museum collections since the spill, suggesting potential loss of biodiversity. What is endemic species? Endemic species are plant and animal species that are found in a particular geographical region and nowhere else in the world. Some species are endemic to a continent while others can be endemic to an island. So ano nga ba ang endemic species? Ang endemic species ay mga halaman o hayop na nabubuhay sa ating mundo na matatagpuan lamang sa isang lugar, na wala nang katulad nito ang makikita mo kundi sa lugar lang na nasabi kung saan sila ay nag-e-exist, sa mga kontinente man o sa mga isla. The Gulf of Mexico continues to face many challenges, from the dead zone to climate change, loss of coast habitats, and continuous oil spills. Efforts like this report aim to bring attention to vulnerable species that continue to be impacted by human activities and to the unique endemic fauna of the region.
Good day everyone, my name is John Christian Irolioda. I'll be discussing biodiversity conservation.
Biodiversity conservation. Conservation is most efficient and beneficial utilization of natural resources. Conservation of biodiversity is protection, uplift, and scientific management of biodiversity so as to maintain it at its optimum level to derive sustainable benefits for present as well as future strategies. The reason of conserving biodiversity can be grouped into three categories. Narrowly utilitarian reason state that human beings derive a number of economic benefits like food, firewood, industrial, and medicinal products. Broadly utilitarian reason establishes that biodiversity plays a major role in providing ecosystem service which cannot be given a price tag. Ethical reason every species has an intrinsic value even if it's not of any economic value to us. We have a moral duty to care for their well-being and pass on the biological legacy to our future generation.
In situ conservation means the conservation of ecosystem and natural habitats and the maintenance and recovery of population species in their natural surrounding in the case of domesticated or cultivated species in the surrounding where they have developed their properties. Ex situ conservation means the conservation of species outside their natural habitats. It involves of transport genetic material away from the location where it is found accessibility evaluation.
みんな見てくれてありがとう。